Hey y'all, I'm going to be taking you through the Ethical Edge AI pitch today. So it's myself, Jackson Jaime, Jack Hudd, and Mary Hinn. All right, so Edge AI seeks to solve the problem of AI usage ethically in firms to allow for quicker and improved work quality. So essentially look at it as a supplementary tool. It's not replacing the work, but it's adding to the work. It's adding value to the firm. So we decided to break it down into three different market segmentations for our product: healthcare, technology, and finance. Finance because there's highly confidential data and a lot of it. Also, there's a lot of detection of fraud and security purposes that the AI could be used for. And also personalized services too, kind of similar to healthcare, which I'll touch on in a second. Uh, Technology, we would mainly use this segment for kind of a customized shopping experience, IoT applications, so Internet of Things and supply chain, making things interlinked and whatnot. And then also shoring up privacy and security of consumers because Ethical Edge AI does offer secure data servers for each firm that is using the product. Um, Moving on to healthcare, there's kind of a similar connect between finance with lots of customer sensitive data, the ability for an increased personalized treatment to each problem or each firm for their needs. And then also one more thing, automation to free up kind of human capital when it comes to scheduling, filling prescriptions, analyzing data that is otherwise analyzed by humans. So yeah, like I said before, a supplementary tool. So kind of going over a SWOT analysis of our product, some strengths that we noted were it's a very customizable product. It offers tailored solutions. There's confidentiality and privacy guarantee with our customized data servers for each firm. And then also there's a broad possibility for partnerships and integrations with other firms or other products. Some opportunities as well. Ethical AI in general is expanding, and that's something I'll touch on in the industry segment here in a second. There's opportunity for global expansion as AI does permeate businesses and firms throughout the world, or even personal use. It is expanding. And then also, the sector-specific solutions offers us kind of a competitive edge over other AIs, which are general use. So this will give us something that will allow the product to stand out from, let's say, ChatGPT or Claude AI. Some weaknesses. It's a continuously evolving space, so there is continuous innovation necessary, and it's very resource intensive on our end for the firm of Ethical Edge AI. Brand recognition, it's kind of a general startup problem. It's hard to get adoption because you haven't made a name for yourself yet. And then another thing that we wanted to note was there's also a lot of complex technology software development needs regarding the privacy of our servers that we want to integrate. So going over to threats, there's some regulations and law changes that might pop up in the near future that could kind of contradict what we're trying to do with Ethical Edge AI. Um, General economic instability as well. Firms are not going to allocate resources to things that they don't think that are viable, and ultimately our product might not be viable if the economy is doing very, very poorly. Um, Going off of this, firms with more resources may be able to capitalize on this to a greater extent than firms with less capital resources. So adoption would kind of be a threat in this space as well because only the largest players would be able to afford it for the subscriptions that we're looking for. So as an industry, ethical AI adoption is generally increasing given data usage. Companies are seeking to prioritize ethics and transparency throughout their supply chain, throughout the firm themselves, and this totally applies to data. This is because data is commonly uh, becoming more less private, and data security is a top priority for firms. So if you remember, Target had a huge data breach, lost a ton of company and personal customer information, which damaged their reputation greatly. So firms are taking this more seriously these days. Um, Regulatory compliance is also becoming stricter, especially through employee engagement throughout the life cycle of an AI in firms. So we want to address that. And then finally, firm expectations are also changing. Firms are looking for more personalized solutions to their problems, and firms are also seeking innovative technologies to solve these problems. So that's a general overview of the industry that we're trying to compete in at this point. So some steps for the ecosystem are to collaborate with some AI technology companies to leverage the expertise in already pre-developed algorithms or machine learning to kind of use as a launch pad for ourselves. Um, this could take form of integrating with existing AI platforms or tools to increase the functionality and accessibility of our product. The second step would be to partner with consultancy firms. Jack and I brainstormed this idea initially because he works for a consultancy firm, excuse me, and they have very strict monitoring usage of their employees when it comes to AI. So we want to kind of break that gap and maybe put a little bit of market disruption in there by allowing consultancies to seek our services and leverage their networks by one of the most privatized uh, secret, I guess you could say, information networks. If we can tap into that initially, then the world is our oyster essentially. So step three, we want to stay informed about evolving regulations and compliance when it comes to ethical AI or AI usage in general. So engaging with regulatory bodies is going to be very important for ethical edge AI to succeed in this market and in this industry. Two more steps here. Joining industry associations and participating in relevant events and forums to network is going to be huge to engage stakeholders. And also collaborating with industry associations to advocate for responsible AI usage will be a huge marketing strategy for Ethical Edge AI, as well as advancing our own position with product adoption. And then finally, forging these partnerships with technology companies to access cutting edge tools, resources is going to hugely leverage those partnerships and enhance the scalability of Ethical Edge AI through its efficiency and effectiveness to offer better personalized, catered, secure solutions to firms. So, our operational plan. Uh, we are essentially going to start by securing AI integration services by hiring AI experts and cybersecurity professionals to implement the secure AI platform that we're seeking through Ethical Edge AI. Establishing protocols for secure data transmission, encryption, etc., is also going to be a priority in the beginning stages. And then providing ongoing and outgoing support and maintenance to our clients is the pinnacle of this product. So it needs to be one of the first things that's efficiently ironed out. Um, for the consultation aspect of it, we want to assemble a team who are adept in dealing with firms in terms of fairness, transparency, accountability, and scalability of our product. So offering personalized consultancy sessions to clients is going to be huge to understand our client needs, understand the client base in these different segments, and also developing educational resources and training programs for the employees to empower clients in understanding and navigating ethical AI going forward in the future, not even for our product, but in general. Okay, so two more points here. For data protection, we want to implement regular security audits and updates to safeguard client information. Providing training to employees on data security best practices through our Ethical Edge AI services is also going to be something that we will offer with the product. And investing in an infrastructure for data protection, including dedicated servers and encryption protocols for each firm. This is also another huge pinnacle of our product right here. So this needs to be very robust in the beginning. Um, in general, for customer support and feedback, we want to make sure we're understanding the client's needs, understanding their problems, and implement a feedback loop to continuously improve the product, as opposed to dropping the product off and leaving it with the firm to their own devices. So once again, offering training sessions and a myriad of resources to help clients understand and maximize the value of Ethical Edge is going to be paramount. So, as far as it goes for our leadership and advisory team, uh, we have Marianne, who's going to be the CTO, Chief Technology Officer, focusing on leading the technical team, managing the development of the technology infrastructure, and identifying innovation opportunities when it comes to software development, etc. Jack is going to focus on being the COO, so manage day-to-day operations, developing operational policies, and also managing resources and budgets until the point where obviously a CFO can be brought in or other financial managers. And then myself, Jackson, CEO, Chief Executive Officer. I'm setting the vision, mission, development for Ethical Edge AI, high-level business decisions, investor engagement, stakeholder engagement, and setting the overall course and direction strategy, I guess you could say, for Ethical Edge AI. But we want to focus on operational excellence and technological innovation, as well as the security of our platform. So, a few methods of risk identification and mitigation. One risk is data breaches, privacy violations, non-regulation or regulatory non-compliance, excuse me. So the way that we will mitigate this is through encryption, audits, employee training, data security, and robust security measures in general. Secondly is regulatory compliance and data issues. So, by not complying, there could be legal penalties, operational impacts, financial penalties, etc. For mitigation strategies, we would like to focus on compliance consultation through regulatory audits, in generally stay informed on legal requirements and changes, and align our solutions with these regulations to essentially further the product the best that we can, given the environment, the regulatory environment that we are dealt. Okay, so a few more here. So for market competition, brand recognition, this is going to be one large one as well. We want the Ethical Edge AI to gain market traction and put some competitive pressure on other AIs such as ChatGPT. So for mitigation of this, we want strategic marketing initiatives, partnerships, and industry events, as I mentioned earlier, are going to be huge for our success. And also marketing campaigns. I don't see a lot of AIs kind of marketing themselves these days, which was something that we thought was a very simple solution to mitigate this risk. For technical complexity risk, so in the space of expertise or resource allocation and sustainability, we want to invest in technical expertise. We also want to foster continuous innovation and optimize resource utilization through our partnerships, through our security, and through our market segments. So that mitigation strategy is going to help us stay on the competitive advantage of the technical aspects of it. Okay, so for our financial model, the initial funding is going to be a seed investment from angel investors, early stage investors, and also our growth funding, future venture capital for scaling and market expansion is going to be huge. So it's really going to be reliant on those initial stakeholders to help us get started going. For our revenue streams, so through secure AI integration of Ethical Edge AI, our subscription-based service for secure AI usage is going to be the main money-making revenue stream. It's going to be catered through different tiers based on the size of the firm, their data security needs, the problems that they're facing in the industry, etc. Also, through our consultation services, we'll be able to gain a little bit of revenue, and also our AI management, so automating routine tasks, might be another facet that we can gain revenue in the early stages. Okay, so for our projections, moderate growth as a company kind of establishes presence in the initial growth section. From there, we can move on to an accelerated growth financial model, which kind of just shows as increased growth, as the business scales, there's going to be increased growth with our revenue. That's to be expected as long as we can gain enough market tractions and leverage our partnerships effectively. So moving on to our cost structures, the initial costs are mainly going to be derived from our technology infrastructure and the development of said infrastructure, along with any software or updates that need to be applied to it. So operational setup is going to kind of be a continuing cost, salaries, maintenance, marketing, overhead, investments, and innovation in this space. Those are really going to be the last couple of things that need to be accounted for in our costs outside of really any large scale things for firms. So yeah, this is kind of how we think that our project is going to make money. We have faith in the ability to generate revenue as long as we can adeptly analyze the industry and efficiently corner the market when it comes to ethical AI, given that regulatory and lawmaker compliance is accounted for. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. I hope that you learned something, and look forward to talking to you all again.